Gear 4th, as we knew it, is very much well and over. Or done and over. Basically, it's dead. It's gone. The transformation that has given many of my fellow gym bros the lifetime aspirational goal of never training legs may very well be a thing of the past. The form that gave us the epitome of the human body being subjected to a strict training regimen of training chest and back, or chest and back, is definitely done. Well, kinda. Hear me out. So I was looking back at a couple chapters, and to tell you the truth, this video is kind of old-ish. Well, insert chapter number here. But either way, Luffy used the Gear 4 technique in base. It was some sort of borderline hybrid technique. Now, to say I didn't really see it coming, I'd definitely be lying. Well, when you think about Luffy's development and the shift towards Gear 5th, it was really a matter of time. My personal take, we not gonna see Gear 4th again. Or at least not in the same capacity that we're used to. Well, before we go into it, hit that like and subscribe button and join the notification gang, because clearly I've been lacking my YouTube content. Gear 4th is low-key getting that Super Saiyan God treatment. Like, I mean, is it as fast as when Blue happened? No, but is it in the same capacity in which Blue came along, which would be Gear 5th in this context? Yes. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm kind of sad about that. I've genuinely enjoyed Gear 4th ever since its introduction into the Doflamingo fight. Oda and his wife was definitely fighting before he dropped that chapter. Bro teased us with the number 4 and took 2 weeks off. I'm sorry that you and your wife were going through it, maybe. But what the f that gotta do with me? How you gonna do me like that? How you gonna do me like that? I was out here fighting CO2 like Cuba Gooding Jr. It's the same way you find out that you got a baby on the way and the lady who's having your baby is your half sister. Okay, that was a bad joke. I'll leave. Point being, I was definitely mad. Doflamingo was getting his ass beat by a dude with a Johnny Bravo build who couldn't sit still for shit. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, the funniest thing about Gear 4th was that Gear 4th was throwing Dragon Ball Z location switching haymakers. That first blow, that first Kongang that Luffy hit Doflamingo with, bro literally switched locations. Narratively, the story progressed, and of course, Gear 4th wasn't gonna exactly sit there and stand on top forever. Funny enough, it didn't actually take long for Luffy to actually he didn't get whooped in Gear 4th. Let's just say it was more of a strategic approach to how he wasn't able to use Gear 4th. Especially against Cracker. Katakuri just straight broke the 4th wall and decided, oh, you think you gonna get stronger? Oh, nah, not today. I mean, oh, you must have thought it was one of those animes. Oh, no, not here. Oh, you thought I was gonna wait for you to whoop me? Oh, no, I just sneak him just like that. It's nothing. Luffy did use Snake Man to defeat Katakuri. Now, whether you wanna, narratively, it was a win. Now, whether you think it's a draw or whatever, I don't really care. Argue with a wall. Stopping somebody from powering up in the transformation is actually diabolical work. Like, how you just, I mean, it goes against all the, what's the word I'm looking for? It goes against all the ethical values. Ethical? No. Ethical epitome? No, there's a word for it. Like, I'm really out here forgetting. Like, ethical values, no. Epitome, no.
A few moments later.
Etiquette. It literally goes against anime etiquette or anime fight etiquette. Like, come on. Like, you gonna stop my man from powering up? I mean, he's the main character. The plot armor is thick. Kaido took an island splitting punch to the gut and dude just walked off. Now, bearing in mind, my man was intoxicated. Almost like Rasengans don't work. Oh, wait. Oh, Rasengans don't work? Alright, Himawari, get... Gear 4th has definitely had a good run, and I've definitely enjoyed its input into the story. But at this point, especially after Loki ducking and weaving that joint, bro was in sea stone chains and was blindfolded, and bro just dodged the punch. Yeah, it's over. At this point, Gear 4th has officially become the new Super Saiyan God. It was definitely better handled than Super Saiyan God. Like, we're not gonna argue about that. But now it's definitely become the Super Saiyan God of transformations now. Like, at this point, Gear 4th is gonna get whooped. Kinda, but I mean, it depends on who we fighting. So, yeah. Oda has taken the time to develop the Haki power system. Observation, advanced observation, armament, advanced armament, Conqueror's Haki, and advanced Conquerors, and whatever forms of Haki decides to do after that. Haki so strong, the opening theme song actually starts. And I mean, at this point, that type of Haki reserved for the main character. The story has literally set up the climactic battle between the Straw Hat Pirates and the Blackbeard Pirates. Despite Gear 5th and its actual creativity, let's be a little bit real here. This will be a battle of Haki, especially after Joy Boy actually set the stage with that Haki bitch slap. Luffy does have strong Haki, but I feel like at this point, especially after his exchange with the Gorosei, not saying that he couldn't damage him, I think the battle against the Gorosei will be more strategic based as opposed to it being more based on how strong you are. I mean, personally, the Straw Hats are definitely getting one more power up, especially Luffy, Sanji, and Zoro. If Sanji's getting a power up, I mean, I don't know what his power up will actually look like. It'll probably be more better development with his German genetics. Zoro's black swords are coming in. You're gonna get that permanent black blade. Itoriu. And then, I mean, if you're gonna put the wings of the Pirate King, and if you're gonna give him a power up, you gotta get the future Pirate King a power up too. I'm just saying. Speculation, of course. In regards to the damage he did to the Gorosei, I mean, he's still got a long way to go. Now, when I think of a new gear as a potential power-up, yeah, Gear 6 at this point with the setup that, not even with the setup, but more in the sense of, in terms of how much time it actually took to set up Gear 5th, oh, we definitely getting a Gear 6. Christmas of 2040. At this point, a lot of us may either be retired or looking at retirement or contemplating what kind of retirement we going through. Just saying. I think in regards to Luffy, Gear 5th will definitely be more refined in regards to how it uses Haki. And I think also in terms of how long he can actually use it, his efficiency in terms of how he can actually use it. I think Luffy will become a lot more efficient with using Gear 5th. And I think it'll become, I don't know if it'd be a little bit more hybrid, but I think he'd be able to incorporate it into his base techniques, really to avoid the time limit situation. Because when you think about it, Luffy's busted in all his gears, and the only thing that actually sets him back is really just a time limit. That's really it. So, I mean, if he can find a way around that, which is basically what he's done with Gear 4th, at this point, he's not losing. Luffy can't maintain Gear 5th for that long, so of course he'll be forced to utilize all his other gears. But as time has gone by, he's built his efficiency in using gears. So when he used Gear 2nd, I mean, he couldn't use it for too long. But then when he used Gear 3rd, he turned into a chippy version. The moment the time skip was done, that was gone. I feel like this is the natural step, Gear 4th at this point. And if he does get some sort of final gear or momentary power up, I don't know if Gear 5th will be given that same treatment. I feel like Gear 5th would be given a more creative direction in terms of its abilities and how it's actually used from this point on. But then again, I could be wrong. Zoro and Sanji still have one more power up to go. Ergo, Luffy will definitely get another power up. In terms of how that looks like, I'm not entirely sure. Luffy using his forms in a hybrid format is definitely the direction that the story's going in. And to tell you the truth, I'm rocking with it. Especially because progressively his base form has actively gotten stronger, especially with the development of his Haki. So at this point, top 10, top 5 arguably, but I mean, in terms of how you place him in the top 10, I mean, that comes down to you and whatever sort of moral compass you got going on. But either way, let me know your thoughts below. Has Gear 4th become irrelevant at this point? Has it been given the Super Saiyan God treatment? Let me know your thoughts below. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll holler at y'all later, man. Peace.